Alright, so wanting to just do a short update on my ARES AM-009. I changed a few things internally, and I just put my flashlight in here so you can see what it looks like with the flashlight. So I'll go over what I did change-wise internally, but with this flashlight on here, I can't C-clamp. I mean, I kind of can on the flashlight. It's really uncomfortable. So I don't normally use my flashlight. If you guys watch my gameplay, I normally don't turn it on. Now, if it's a low-light game, I'll pop this bad boy on here and use it. Normally, we don't do low-light games, and I don't care for low-light games. That's just my opinion. I don't like them. But, you know, when it's a small group, you know, maybe 5v5, you know, it's fun to do a low-light game. But when there's a lot of people, I just don't care for it. It's just, you tend to get people that friendly fire when it's dark. So, if there's a lot of people there, because generally if there's a lot of people, you're going to have more new players, and I've gotten friendly fired by the same new player multiple times in one day. It's just, it gets annoying, but, you know, new players are new players, so you got to be forgiving. So, still using the flip-up sights here, the APS flip-up sights. Now, fun fact, when my light is actually on here, it actually illuminates my front sight. The front sight has kind of a night sight, you know what I mean? I'm blanking out on the name of that. But when I actually light it up, it actually lights my front sight up, and I can just acquire a sight picture very, very easily. So that's nice having the flashlight back because it illuminates my front sight, even if it's on the low power setting. I'm going to keep this on here for shooting out the window, though, so I can see. Still using the Lonex bucking, the stock barrel. It's a 604 is what I heard. I saw some people say it was a 604. So if I put a 602 in here, I'd probably get 20 FPS higher. I put a O-ring nozzle inside of here, so I'm getting 330. I'll chrono it with a 0.2 with the spring I have in here. And then with this spring, I get 355. So I get a little bit higher FPS with this, but it doesn't cycle as quick. So it's not worth it for me to have this in there, but I have this just in case. If I want to go outdoors, you know, the 20 to 30 feet per second boost isn't going to help a whole lot, so I doubt I'll ever use that. I have a GMP high cap loaded up. This feeds great, and the mid caps feed just as good, if not a little bit better on full auto. Internally, forgot to mention, I put 10-to-1 gears in here. Now, I had the 10-to-1 DSG gear set, and the 10-to-1 is actually the Siege Tech gear sets are. The ratio goes by the bevel and the spur. Okay, so basically that means, you know, with your DSG sector by Siege Tech, you can use 16-to-1 and 18-to-1 spurs and bevels. Okay, so basically that means the 10-to-1 gear set, the spur is compatible with an 18-to-1 sector. So I have the 18-to-1 sector with the magnet in here, and I have the 10-to-1 Siege Tech spur and bevel. Now, they're shimmed really nicely inside the gearbox. There's no movement. You know, it's not tight. I have perfected it. The gears are lubricated. It doesn't sound super, super crisp. After pulling it apart multiple times, it doesn't really sound any better. This is the best it's going to sound. And I think it's coming down to just it's cycling quicker. And plus, it's the ECU with the magnet. So I think the gear, since it cycles quicker, it's cycling so fast on semi-automatic that it might be pre-cocking a little bit. So it just sounds a little different than when it cycles slower. So I hope that makes sense. Everything is lubricated. I even put a bunch of grease on the pinion gear. So when it contacts with the bevel, and it still sounds off, but it's not unhealthy. So motor is still the JG Blue. I think I'm going to be using a Crytek motor in here, though. I'm not totally sure. The motor is worn in this. It's really old. It's plus there's active braking in this. But I still get 25 a second with this 25, 20. I was actually getting 27 with this battery. With my stick ones, I was getting 25, I believe. So with this, I got 27. I'll probably chrono it, though, on full auto, too. So let's just go ahead and chrono on semi first. $329. I got 3 329s in a row. You're probably not going to believe me there. 328, 324, now it's going down, 326, 328, 327, 329, 329, 332, 330. Okay, so FPS is good enough. Let's try rate of fire. not reading. It said 21 and I heard a skip there. This is much faster than 21. Come on, X-Core Tech, you can do it. Try not to waste ammo. 28. 28.82. 28.28. So 28.28. 28 rounds a second. It's pretty good. Everything's healthy. Metal rack piston, all that sort of stuff. Range-wise, good 180 feet. Easy. Very responsive. It cycles pretty quick. Let's try some full auto again. So, very responsive. Cycle completion is awesome. The active braking is awesome. I turned the active braking off on my BTC MOSFET, mainly because I wanted to save the motor on that. Because active braking does actually tear up your motor, really, because it stops and starts and the brushes that contact the arm. There's some arcing and some sparking that goes on. I also turned my Polarstar, my V12 engine. When people ask me, they're like, is that a Polarstar? I just say yes, but it's a V12 engine. I set it for semi-auto lock. So, people can't call me out for a full auto, let's just say that. So yeah, that's that. I'm just going to shoot it just a little bit more so you can see. See if we can see the targets out there. Okay, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. So recap, it's getting 330 FPS with this spring, 355 with this spring, and it gets 28 rounds a second with this. It's a 20 to 40C battery. Max range 180 to 200 feet. And then with my stick LiPo, it gets 25, 26 rounds a second. So still good enough. As far as rate of fire, it was getting 21, I believe, with the stock 18-to-1. So it went up about 5, 6. So pretty considerable in my opinion. So if you have any questions, comment below. Thank you so much for watching.